What's up, guys? This is Zeus at Atomic Productions, and we are here in 1998. No, I'm just kidding. This is 2025, but this bike is from 1998, and so we'll go ahead and get started. So if you don't know much about Klein, he was super huge in creating aluminum frame bikes. These are called USTs, which is Universal Suspension something. I can't remember what it means, but I can't remember what it stands for, but essentially what it means is, so our bottom bracket is actually part of the swing arm and not the frame. So Trek Ys do it, and Klein Monsters do it. There's quite a few other bikes that do it as well, but those are the two biggest ones. They're super hated, except by Reddit or other people call them, like fanboys, or when I was doing research on this one, they call them Klein kooks. So I guess you can call me a Klein kook, because I love this bike. It's in Blastberry Chameleon. That's Blast Berry Chameleon. From what I understand, is most of the Klein paint colors cost about $1,200 per gallon of paint. So you see that with the Klein Kois, which I think it was Klein Mantra Comp, where they race. I can't remember which mantras are Klein mantras, but they have the paint. The paint scheme is like Koi. The nickname is Koi or something like that, but it's like it'll be orange and then like a yellow line on top and a yellow line on bottom, but it fades kind of like this one does. And so the Blastberry it's purple and blue, very matte, but it kind of depends on what angle. So like you can see where it's kind of bluish, and then I come down here and it's definitely more purplish, but you can still see like blue. So I paid $170 for it. I just bought it today. It's very, very rough, and this is going to be part one of the walkthrough. So part two, excuse me, is after I completely mod it out to how I'm going to do it, which will be quite a lot of parts, but essentially it'll just be this is a before. I'm not going to do the during. I'm just going to skip straight to the after. So I'll talk a little bit about what I'm planning on doing. So right now the shock is stock. It's going to be that Fox Vanilla, and then the pedals are super nasty, rusted, super rough, all metal. It actually had a specialized bottle cage on it, so then I specialized S. I bent it back into shape. It was like way over. It had duct tape, then a pipe clamp, then more duct tape around this way too small seat post, and zip ties, and the whole thing was duct taped inside of it. So I got the correct seat post, the correct seat post clamp. Those are both on the way, and I have a seat for it. And then the grips, as you can see, they were already ripped here on the ends and here, and yeah, they're just super dry rotted. They haven't started cracking yet, but they already got that stickiness. So I went ahead and just cut those off. So if you love those, I'm sorry, but I do not like them, so they're gone. And then we have the Ovid brakes here. Whoops. So these are stock. It's going to be the Ovid. They're really, really rough. And I don't think these Shimano's are stock. I mean, they might be, because it is a 3x8, but this picture just, I don't think it's stock. It just seems a lot different compared to like the 98s, 99s that I already have. Although I could be wrong. I still need to do a little bit of research, but anyway, so those are coming off. This is the stock handlebar, stock stem, stock headset. It's a headset with Bontrager cap, Bontrager. Those are all stock. Ovid brakes here, and then we have the RockShox USA, RockShox Judy T2, And then it's the Shimano Parallax STX RCs for the hubs, the same. And then the wheels are Bontrager, and you can actually see they're Bontrager Mustangs, and they're kind of cool. And the tires are hard rock. They're definitely dried out, and right now it's got 26 by 1.95s on them, and I'm probably going to keep the size. So, but I'm definitely getting new tires. They still got some mileage on them. It sucks, they still have the spikes, you know, on some of this outer tread, but they're gone. And then we'll come over here to the crankset. So it is stock for the crankset, and I believe the stickers are gone, but this should be LX, and that's going to be stock as well. It's loose anyway. And then the 8-speed chain, 8-speed cassette with the OR XT, which is kind of, it's a little rough. It's not perfect. The shock works great, but the fork is gone. And I debated, it's going to be the elastomers and possibly a few other things, but hopefully it's just the elastomers. And I was debating on, there's actually a company that makes spring replacements. You just take the elastomer out, you pop the spring in there, and it tells you the whole installation guide. So I was actually debating on doing that, and I'm going to go ahead and do the springs on this one, and if I don't like it, you can actually buy replacement elastomers with 10-year warranty. I want to say for like $70. I mean, you got to do it yourself, but that is an option as well. Whereas the springs, sorry, were only $45.99. So I went with the springs. We're going to try them out based on it goes based on you tell them basically how much travel it is. And I want to say you can choose, you have 80 or 100 or 63. It's just RockShox or was it Marzouchi? So you go off the chart that it provides, and you like your weight. So based on my weight, based on the travel, that's how you figure out what springs you need. So I actually got these, and I got another set for the K2 Animal I'm working on, because I also got a Judy fork for that one. And then most likely what I'm going to do is XTR this bike. So it's going to get XTR everything. I'll clean the clean the cassette, replace the derailleurs, replace the crankset, replace the chain. This chain is, it might be usable, but it's going to require probably at least 2 hours of cleaning. So it was worth it for a chain, but I'm probably going to do is break the chain, keep it as a spare, put the new chain, clean the cassette pretty good, and then I got to rebuild that fork with those new springs. I got carbon fiber handlebars, carbon fiber seat post, the new clamp. The seat is a Cell S&P TRK. It's going to be like a teal. The grips are going to be like a teal. I got bar ends, because the 90s bike has to have bar ends. And then it's going to be like this light blue, well, I guess light blue, not teal, sorry, light blue pedals, light blue seat, light blue grips with carbon 3x8 XTR. The brakes are going to be XTR, the brakes and shifters XTR, cassette is going to stay the same, the wheels are going to stay the same, and then I'm going to have new tires. And it's going to be a pretty cool bike. It's going to be certainly unique, you know, a one of one, and it's going to be super fun and goofy, and I can't wait to find out, you know, take it downhill as fast as I can and see if I can conquer that over the handlebars issue that these Klein monsters certainly had. So So stay tuned after this video, because there's going to be quite a few videos that come out before this one. We just bought a K2 ProFlex Flying Monkey, so that video is going to be coming out before this one. I'm just finishing up my Super V, not the Raven, but the regular Super V, and then the Super Light is almost finished, and I'll do a new video on that one. My downhill bike, I'll do a video on that one shortly, and then after that, I'm not sure what'll come out next, so stay tuned. The after video of this should be out, although you can pretty much, you know, expect what I already told you. The stem is going to stay the same, and that will be stock, although I might in the future replace it with another carbon fiber bond trigger, because it will be bond trigger carbon fiber. So we shall see, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned for that after video. Go ahead and check out some of the other bike walk around videos. One of my favorites definitely so far, it's also another 3x8, is that the Cannondale Super V Raven. So I just got a couple months ago, and I've barely ridden it, but that bike is pretty awesome. Or the Colnago that I inherited from my uncle.